broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punches are the best.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. Catch and shoot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last one. On to the third. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Both men step back for just a moment. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
So close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That hook won't score. The jab not finding its target. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. How about that time counters? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round.
Right. Now listen to me.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
That counter punch caught him clean. It's all offense all the time. A perfect counter shot. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They're both trying for a knockout. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your box.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez. On to the fifth we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. Missing with that jab. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
These two were made for each other. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Beautiful counter shot. Nice job blocking the hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Where did that come from? Down they go! And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight.
Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. He's been knocked. There's the bell for round 6. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked out. There's a counter shot. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about David Benavidez. Here comes round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Power is obviously the great puller right there. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. What we're seeing here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
David Benavidez might be ready to go. Didn't wait. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're all right.
Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Let him back into the fight.
And there's the bell for round 8. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That jab doesn't find a home. Good one. Those counter punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush.
We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
That's lights out right there.
Are you okay? You're out of here.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.